Hello and welcome to PMCLounge.com. This is a quick video answering a question that came in from Quora. The question reads, what documents do you need to apply for PMP? So again, this question pertains to PMP application, and this question is also related to the PMP prerequisite. So we have covered the prerequisites for PMP. What all do you need to be eligible for the PMP exam? We have covered that. I'll share that video in the description below so you can check that out. But in this video, let me go over to the PMI website itself to help you find an answer to this question on what all documents do you need handy to be able to write the PMP application, right? So this is pmi.org. This is the official website of PMI. Now you can go to certifications and then to PMP. So you will end up on this page. So this is the PMP PMP page, basically a landing page for PMP. Now here, if you scroll down, you will come to this section where it says the prerequisites for PMP. So it clearly says you need secondary degree, which is high school diploma, associate's degree, or the global equivalent, 7,500 hours leading and directing projects, 35 hours of product management education. Nowhere does it mention any documentation here. Or if you have a 4-year degree, then you need only 4,500 hours of leading and directing projects, and you need 35 hours of project management education, which is common in both of these. Nowhere here does it mention any kind of documentation that you need to provide when you are filling up the PMP application, right? Then you can go to the handbook, PMP handbook. You can open it up from here. This is the PMP handbook. This contains all the information that you need for your PMP application, right? So it says how to complete the online application. So of course you apply for PMP online, and this is the section that you need to read through for applying for PMP. The answer to your question, the answer to the question that we are making this video on is none. You do not need any documentation to apply for PMP exam because you are doing it online. Of course, you may have to provide physical copies of the documentation, the supporting documents, if your application is selected for audit. So physical documentation is not at all required for your PMP application. Of course, the soft copies would be required. Your 4-year degree, your 4,500 hours, there's no documentation here as such required, but your 35 hours of project management education, the certificate that you receive, you may need the soft copies of these documentation when you are filling up the PMP application form. But the physical hard copies of the documentation is not required. Your hard copies or physical documentation will be required only if your application, if your PMP application is selected for audit. I'd like to go over this. You can also use the online certification system to view or submit your certification application. So whenever you submit your certification application, you have to kind of view the status, view your examination eligibility status, download PMI audit forms if your application is selected for audit, that is, download your exam report, apply and submit payment to take or retake the examination, submit payment for certification renewal, download receipts, access your certification record and update your contact information, view your listing on the certification registry. So this is basically the online certification system that you can use to perform all these. But do remember that the physical hard copies of document is not required. The entire process of PMP application is online and you don't need to send any documentation anywhere. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, if your application is selected for audit, then you have to send the physical copies of the supporting documentation and you have to mail those physical copies to the PMI address. If you're preparing for PMP and you don't know what books you should refer to, our book recommendations are available on this link, pmclounge.com/resources. You can check that out. And that is all that we had in this video. Hope you now have the answer to the question. Do hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and hit the bell icon to subscribe and stay notified whenever we upload a video. And don't forget to check out the website pmclounge.com, your number one free PMP resource. Thank you.